So, as some of you know, I've been on holiday for over 2 weeks, well, 2.5. So I didn't have much time to play the game, but I kept playing to make sure I can stay competitive on the server. So I would like to apologize already that the account update will mostly include the pay to win aspect of it. I mean, the heroes, I only focused on the strongest heroes and I was farming resources to make sure they're as strong as possible to stay competitive. There are a few things that I didn't really do, which is equipment farming. I'm waiting for this double increase equipment drop rate. So my equipment will be bad, but I've spent stamina elsewhere. Since I didn't really have much time to play and improve my strategy on the dungeons and stuff, as you can see, Pillar of Trial, I didn't even touch it. When it comes to the Fame Under, where I've been before I left on my holiday, so this is where I'll have to catch up. I didn't play a lot of Arena, I just started right now when I go back home today, so I'm catching up there, getting these points. But yeah, where I spend my time doing Goblin Dungeon free at 3 stars. I had a team that I showed you previously, and I kept going with the same team, and the team can clear this dungeon at this level. So as you can see, this is the team. Equipment wise, as I said, no really great equipment. Not much legendary really, but it's working. So it's after the improvement, obviously, since I got some materials I was able to upgrade and get few of these runes and legendary artifacts, but other than that it's just crappy gear. And yeah, this is where I've been. Okay, I've been farming that for over a week, and if you look at the stash of my potions, it's 1600 and almost 1000 here and 1500 here. So this is where my stamina was going into. Okay, because I know once we get this legendary forge material drop rate increase, I'll start farming equipment, and also we will need it for this lunar hell or radiance. I know there will be videos from other content creators showing what the bosses are. I haven't watched that yet, I was on holiday, so I'm gonna watch that because we don't have access to the test server, and that's the sad part. I mean, there are a few people who have access to the test server, but the test server is in a sorry state where we have to grind and do everything like playing a game basically on 2 accounts. So I'm not gonna do that. This is already time consuming. So we are trying to get these resources and proper test accounts, so we'll be able to try this free to play heroes, because every content creator want to be competitive as well, and so do I. So let's see how many ranks are dropped. So if you remember, I've made this spreadsheet where I was going over my ranks on basically through this vortex, and I've been ranking like rank 7 on day 1, so you know I was quite high, like rank 14, and thanks to that I managed to keep my place, because right now I'm dropping to like rank 80, 90 because my gear is so outdated and I didn't have time to play properly, strategize, and push the vortex. So as you can see, I dropped from top 10, well, top 15, I would say, to 27th. And now I'm going to play a catch-up game. I'll try to get back to, well, get back. As I said early, my goal here is to stay within top 50 this season. I believe most of those guys are bigger spender than me and maybe even a better player, so they will eventually get past me. But this stack of potions is really going to help me to get the teams ready for when I need them. So what's coming next is farming this equipment. So as you can see, quite a little bit of resources still available to me, but I'm not going to summon. The only summons I'm gonna do this season is for Ardurf, which we'll see here. So in 4 days, I might do some pulls depending on the resources and how many I'll need. I'll probably wait till the last day of the event to do it, to see how much I need to, because I don't want to spend dice here. I have different plan, and also we're expecting you know, Dungeons and Dragon collab. They said there will be a second part of it, so we can probably expect that in about 32 days when Otherworld Exploration is happening, similar to Season 1. So that's where I want to keep my dice full. So yeah, let's talk about the heroes. So my roster currently focuses on Ice Blast. I mean, I was the one who showed how strong Ice Blast is from from season 2 preview videos and my first videos during the season. You could see the potential. I ranked 7th without the exclusive hero on the day 1 of Temporal Vortex. I believe after day 3 or 4, almost everyone on my server followed, and good for them. I mean, some of them are doing tremendous damage. I mean, doing 110 million damage right now in the game is huge compared to the previous season. All right, so the heroes that are focused, as I mentioned previously, are the heroes that are versatile and I can use them in multiple dungeons so I don't waste experience. And if you remember, before I left on my holiday, I show all of those teams during the dungeons runs and stuff. So it is basically the same heroes that I used previously. So my Ice Blast team, let's go here to elements, look at the Ice Blast combination basically here. Still, Sheena, I believe she's the best enabler for the for the Ice Blast team at core unit. You definitely want her, you want to book her as well. Really, really good. Voresh, mainly for the dungeons. I mean, buff prohibition, extra healing, and overall, good hero with Witch's Remains. Helps me a lot, helps me clear all this content. New addition to the roster is Jillian. I had to have an extra healer, and since I hate this 5 psychic or 5 elemental affinity bonus, I had to drop Fur buff from my Vortex team, and I started using Jillian. So basically I'm running a Vortex team without attack down on the enemy, but I replaced that with defense up as well, right? Works well. And on top of that, she's got Dispel, really useful in different content, dungeons that I'm trying to push. I haven't pushed all the dungeons to level 9 because, as I said, on holiday, I didn't have time to play the game. I just did what was necessary, and now I'm going to play the catch-up game. Garfin, still an amazing damage dealer, probably one of the best epics when it comes to the new epics. There's one more, but I'm not playing that yet. We will see what the bosses require, and I might go over that, and I will tell you how to build that. Second epic as well. You could see that in a burn team preview. And Bledin, if you don't have Sheena, Bledin will be your enabler. But even if you have Sheena, he can still be in the team. He still does a lot of damage, and he helps keep everyone with this ice crystals. Okay, so your team looks solid. And obviously the core, Garius, the man that doesn't need introduction, the best epic this season, I would say. Definitely outshines Fur buff, especially with the staff. I call it the Garius staff, because this stuff is just amazing. Gatekeeper staff. Garius has tremendous, huge heals through his ultimate, and when he overheals, he does a shield. We have skill haste on that as well. Obviously in the Vortex, it's not that important because we're trying to time our skills, but overall it helps. I mean, even with his battle skill. It gives us defense, which, as we know, he scales with, so amazing hero. So yeah, that's my Ice Radiant. As you can see, no one else, because I'm waiting for the bosses. I need to read about them, see what's happening and what's needed. And my second team is Lightning Poison. This is the Goblin team, basically, with addition of Ruba, who I've been using through different dungeons, and I still use. However, I'm starting to drop him. Okay, the attack down is amazing, but you don't need it if you can kill level 9 dungeons in 40 seconds, right? Per Kunte, obviously my favorite hero right now. I was lucky and unlucky, well, fortunate and unfortunate to get dupe. So, you know, I'm running him with his exclusive artifact, and he is really good. I mean, He doesn't even need anyone to enable him with this Thunderbolt. Obviously, it's better if there is someone to do it because his damage will go through the roof. But even without it, he's doing just fine, okay? And he's been helping me to clear all the dungeons. Shine Ashton, obviously, this is my enabler. This is who I went for because I needed a tank as well for the Goblin dungeon, and he just fills that role. Sigrid, self-explanatory, the best hero in Season 1. Still one of the best heroes for free-to-play players in Season 2. She can carry through dungeons, she helps everywhere, attack down, healing prohibition, but I've been using her less and less right now. Iola, I only brought her for early game because of the silence, attack penalty as well, and a lot of crowd control basically. And as you can see, this is pretty much it. Let's see if I missed someone out of those elements. No, not really. So this is all the heroes that I invested into when I was on holiday, and I'm keeping my stash of potions ready when needed. And so yeah, when it comes to the summon session, I didn't do anything. I didn't summon anything. I didn't even finish this journal here, as you can see. As I said, I'm not farming equipment. So actually interesting thing, everyone was journey level 35. Well, not everyone, but most of these top tier players were journey level 35, so they unlocked temporal vortex at level 4, and I didn't. So I was like rank 98. I was still within 100. But yeah, I dropped points there because I had to fight on level 3 and they had to fight and they fought on level 4. So I lost a lot of rank in there. And as you can see here, if you drop below, I was actually, I was like 120 or something because I got this 220 instead of usual 300. So yeah, I've dropped. And yesterday, I was going through the flight and stuff, so I didn't bother doing too much. So I got like 97, still within the range with 15 million. I just hit 15 million, and I said, that's it, guys. That's for today. I was shattered after all the travel. So today I'm trying to improve these scores, and I got few good notes from the community because obviously I didn't test myself, so I had to ask, guys, what's happening, right? And this is why we are all here. And yeah, so this is the team right now. And this team can hit 21 million, basically. I had to change the timing as well. I'm still playing around with it. It might not be the best, but I don't know. It kind of works for me. I know people are going for 27 on Garius and 21 here, but this works for me. There's another timing that I want to try, but I'll try that a little bit later. And obviously I'll record that and let you all know how I've done here. But as this is a quick, I can update. Let's see how I've done. Obviously finished all that. Quests. Yeah, I was quite lucky to get these 4 roles here, like pretty often. Hard training, as I said, I didn't spend too much stamina, so low rank. I focused on getting all these events done to get all these free rewards. As you can see, I still have to do that, but I just started, so yeah, all right. And yeah, I'm still waiting for this. This is where I'll be like more and more active. Obviously, I'm back home now, so I'll have more time to play. But guys, I'm gonna tell you something. If you're a casual player and you don't have this pack here, I feel the struggle. Without this pack, without these 30 raid tickets, I could not play the game during my holiday. All I did was jump on my brother's computer, put that on, and just fire through all my stamina, and that's it. I mean, without it, I didn't even have time to sit through properly. So, and now I've also noticed that they put squad size limit raised to 30 here. That's amazing. Okay, I know it's hidden behind the paywall. 15 is still free, but this 30 really helps. And the way this 30 works is, if you discontinue this pack, you will not lose this 30, this extra 15. They will be still there saved, but you won't be able to access them once you repurchase that. And I used the App Gallery 25% cashback offer to top on that to get this, like you see, till the end of the season, basically. So I don't need to spend any money in the new year, like, New Year resolution. So yeah, nothing here. So yeah, so my potion size is huge. However, my equipment is low. As you can see, I got barely any legendary equipment at all. I don't have any green sets. I just started farming them today because I have a team that can farm all the dungeons, and it's the same team. So let's go over that team. And obviously, I'll go over all these dungeons in separate videos. But you saw my goblin team. So yeah, basically I have 10 or 11 heroes leveled up, and that's it. I didn't need more. So yeah, I've been doing level 9 Harpy, the easiest dungeon, even with the changes. As you can see, Fur buff here. I added Jillian. As I said, I had to have an extra healer, and Perkunta just does a lot of damage on his own. Obviously the equipment is different, and I mean, even the equipment I use is not really like huge. Look at this. As I said, I don't really have much of legendary equipment. This is what get me through everything. So the choices I've made early in the season, the heroes I went for really paid off. And obviously if I drop those two, and I can, I'll have the 5 affinity here. So that's the Harpy dungeon. Now I struggle a little bit on Grave of Curse to get to level 9, but I didn't have much time to play with it, so I gave up. But today I just said, well, let's use the same team I use almost everywhere, and this is the team. I mean, okay, the rotation is 18 seconds, but the boss dies after second rotation, and I got enough shields through Garius to not worry about any attack down, any dispels early on. As I said, early on, because after second rotation, Voresh does it through the timing here, as you can see, at 20 seconds and then rotation 18 seconds. I just made sure I have enough spell haste on all my mandatory heroes, I would say, to cast it. To cast those, basically Garius shield is enough here to go through this content with Garfen doing so much damage. And yeah, now this team looks a little bit stronger because Garfen has like a proper equipment. You see crit rate 80%, low crit damage, that's because the runes suck. But yeah, definitely something, and obviously Shinai here and everyone working well. I mean, it's still mostly epic equipment. So yeah, and then another dungeon, Grave of Rot. I didn't even bother with Grave of Rot, truth to be told. I only did it for the quest. And I'm like, I still have to finish level 9, truth to be told, but it will be easier once I get this defensive equipment with resistance, but I'm not bothered about it. It's mostly Fey and PvP oriented sets. Goblin is easily done, and all these weekly dungeons, they're easy peasy. I don't need to worry, and I'm still using the same team, as you can see. So I didn't bother, like, changing anything. And just this week, this is a third or fourth week of the season, we unlocked this through, journey level 35. So I'll do that. But, this worked. These dungeons are really easy. And obviously season 2 is a little bit of a letdown when it comes to the story and content so far. Because basically I'm just grinding the same old that I did at the end of the season 1. And yeah, everything else, I mean, Ancient Battlefield, the hardest dungeon in Season 1, I got it to level 8, I didn't bother with level 9 because it requires a little bit more specific equipment, which I didn't bother with. And same with Heretical Ruins. I mean, Heretical Ruins is still a DPS race, and the team I used here is basically Perkunta. And yeah. So Perkunta and Sigrid with Vorish enabling Sigrid. And yeah, they clear it easily. This team can do it easily on level 8. Haven't tried level 9 yet, so yeah. I mean, I think this is pretty much it when it comes to what I've done when I was gone. Let's just go about Psychic Core, because I know some people are asking how I went with it. So since I'm playing Ice and Radiant, I went through this road here, picking everything for Ice and Radiance, with my second team being Lightning Poison, so getting a few notes here to unlock the next tier. Ice Radiant here. We want this accuracy and resistance. I mean, yes, despite us not applying much debuffs in this team, we still want that extra accuracy so we can reduce the threshold and focus on the main stats. And yeah, I didn't use Jillian until I unlocked Elemental Damage Affinity. Because there was no reason for it. Fur buff was doing better, but now with this, I definitely want that. I want to have this 15% elemental damage, going elemental damage here, and yeah, then we'll obviously go for, where was it? With this one, right? So, yep, I need to work on the equipment, and that's pretty much it. So far, not too bad. I mean, yes, I dropped my ranks here through not really playing well or focusing on proper teams because I didn't have time. And I'm hoping once the Otherworld exploration comes, the stash of XP potions I have will be enough to get back to or stay within the top 50, which is the goal for this season right now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe, bye!